Feel like we're almost done with it.
Know your duty.
The corpse's flesh has crystallized and turned into a translucent sarcophagus and sealed within the slop of their putrefying organs. It's kind of like the Last of Us situation here.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Okay. I assume these checks are gonna be there when I'm back, so free XP, you know. Whenever I improve my warp business. Oh boy. Main Marcus. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Hey, incredible streamer. Your streams are top notch. Wow. It's a big compliment, my friend. Thank you. So I've hit that follow button. Let's connect on Discord and become buddies. Reach out to me on Marcus Smith 29. Okay, friend. You got that. Thanks for the follow. I'll add you on Discord, surely.
The divine watch. Grovel before the big foe. You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
What is going on here? So one plague bearer, a bunch of guards. Okay. I'm kind of scared about this orb thing. Sphere. Does it attack? Does it do anything? Every enemy the navigator has in their sight. Okay. We have a penalty on hit. Nurgle's powers create a shield that grants its host +3 movement points and will be removed if the creature temporary wounds reach 0. Is immune to all damage and most common effects. Death of creatures under its control deals direct damage to it. So I'm not meant to attack it. Just clear the hordes and it's gonna kill itself, right? Cannot move or dodge enemy attacks. Okay, that's... I don't know. Should I attack it or not now? Immune to all damage. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. I'd like the best position to just snipe everything, so... something like this, maybe. Let's see. We'll put the best frontliner this way. Heinrich's is alright. The others can't get there, though. Shame. We'll try it this way. Then I'm gonna
Suits my purposes.
slowly snipe them, so we're buffing Argenta all the way. For some reason I can't use this anymore. I just can't figure out why that happens. They're not really stacked for me to do anything offensive. So instead, I will continue buffing.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright.
Do it.
Put our sniper rifle on. And we can't attack from here. That sucks. Okay. We'll only get 20% from them. That's fine. At least we have sight. So the best thing to do, I think, is to do a regular attack first. Oh, we have the ability to one-shot. Guarantee a crit at least. Okay. And now, see any more squishies around? No. They'll funnel in, so let's wear some of these guys down. These big shots.
You, my emperor. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
That's all we could do right now. Okay, back to you. Guess we'll give her willpower. Okay, now we are talking.
If I may.
Here's the plan. I'm gonna send him in.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed
So
to being
first,
ordered around.
set yourself on fire, please.
Rejoice in service.
Okay. Go!
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
Charizard, go! They're not bunched up enough, but it'll happen eventually, right? Fine. What is this pathing here? What is going on?
I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Your corrupt way has
Okay.
failed you.
Nice.
Let this be the warning to all who oppose
We almost have another ultimate. Let's do this.
Tomes of military
Great. Great. Okay.
Suits my purposes.
We could send our main character further in if we buff him first.
Absolutely not.
Then, if I understand these passives correctly, if I just finish all of these guys, it's taking damage. But I don't feel like it's enough to the point where it's gonna kill it. We'll see what happens.
For me. I'll bring glory to my bloodline. I can't allow myself to do this.
Why? Okay.
Rejoice in service.
Okay, the first one has to be on an enemy, I guess.
But another step toward
Well,
and so it shall. Your corrupt way has failed you.
so where they trade? It's just gonna... This path is blocked. And I don't want to corner myself in case I need to come back. So instead I'm gonna burn this guy and slowly make my way back. Okay, let's do this first. Nice. Debuff this fella. Smack him in the face. Is he stunned? He is. Okay, so far it's easy. But I'm not sure what I'm dealing with so far. Heinrichs. We need some resolve, baby.
Let's see to it. Naturally.
And we got an ult. We've used both officer ults. So it might be smart to just charge with Heinrichs. We can't.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
We're building too much veil degradation too quickly. Let's take it easy because we don't know what we're dealing with. They did not get a turn yet, so I am very concerned. Just keep this side controlled, and we shall be fine.
Death to the weak.
He's got a shield on him.
Actions will
Whoa. Why did he take 100 damage? What the fuck happened?
rejoice in service. The Emperor commands. Let this be the warning to all
Good.
who oppose us.
Okay.
Suffer this.
We could do this. No. Not yet. We don't have enough enemies around us, but the reason why I was tempted is because it's my only taunt. So, who comes next? An officer. Maybe we should do Argenta. Let's buff her up first. And she already has Air of Authority. She needs one of those. Okay. Could also attack. Whoa. 183. Jesus Christ, bro. Whoa. Where'd you get that from? I think it was all the stacks I've been gathering. I'm impressed.
Suits my purposes. Out of my way.
Okay. So far we're safe. Nothing seems to be too crazy. However, the bulk of them are out of sight. Wait, where did these guys come from? Is the game bugged? It's not indicating. Okay.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Alright, now it's showing it. Alright, let's claim the bounty. Get more action points.
Eradicated.
No? Didn't I throw a bounty on him? From Pascal. Alright, whatever. That's fine. Double shot.
I'll do it. You, my emperor.
No chance.
As the emperor commands, I act.
We can guarantee a crit at least with a single shot.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Strike is a prayer.
Cool. Then, we run and gun.
Commands, I act.
This looks nasty. Probably don't want to run into it. However, we need an angle. Line of sight is our only enemy so far in this fight.
I will bathe this
Okay, fuck it.
battlefield
Let's go in.
righteous fury.
Okay, that might have been a bad call.
Doubt
Most definitely. Let's go back. Fuck it. Scratch
I'll
that.
do it. Eradicated. I am his will made manifest. As the emperor, strike is a prayer. That is not the emperor's will.
Okay.
The enemies of the emperor will be undone. This is
Camera's moving too frantically. Let's give her more willpower. No, that's not the... I don't have the talent for willpower. Who needs willpower? Probably you.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Then we
If
could
I may.
do this. Okay. Pascal is too far to do anything productive. Can we... Can either hit the sphere, but doesn't appear to show that it's gonna take damage. Man, this fight is janky as fuck.
Me? If you insist, Lord.
Jesus.
Not sanctioned to do this. But of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it. Your reckoning is due.
Whoa. Okay. He's kicking ass right now.
I need a foothold.
Oh, we're done? What? Is that it? Okay. Master of Armed Seal. The carved seal belongs to senior officer. Okay. Is there more to this place? Notes.
With each step, I forge my
We're gonna have to save scum the fuck out of this to pull it off.
accomplished.
Okay. Heretical. This amulet reduces all toxic damage suffered by its wearer by 50% if the wearer has heretical votary. They also heal 1 wound per heretical rank each time they suffer toxic damage. Definitely not for me. But interesting.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
So if you're playing a heretical character built around poison, as far as I know, Biomancy has some poison mechanics going for it. So maybe Biomancy mixed with a Pyro or something like that. It could burn, and you know, that's not a bad idea. I could do it myself.
I rise above hardships.
Cool.
Know your duty.
I needed a key for this. Okay. Whoa. It has 10% less armor and wounds, but it looks cooler. Shame. Inferno pistol. Inferno blast. That's cool. Multi-weapon proficiency. Well, something at least.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Okay. Well, I've been passing these like nothing. 45%, so let's try.
I shall repent.
I jinxed it, huh? I'm gonna try it one more time. If I fail, I'm gonna reload and come back to clean up this place later.
The burden of failure.
Alright. Skip it.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Is that all? Like...
There.
What about this? This bullshit right here. Jesus, man. I'm pretty sure there's a loot behind this cogitator. The fan is not... It's making it rough to light the cigarette, so... If you're wondering why I keep lighting it. Really? Nothing?
With each step, I forge my destiny among
Kind of a disappointing dungeon. I feel like I could have done it at a lower level. That's fine. But if you're a heretical character, it's worth a visit. I mean, the necklace is probably nice. Lord Captain, this is Voxmaster Victus Suri speaking. I hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be further instructions? The machine spirit of this vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Onasai in a proper nuclear funeral rite. Oh, I can't come back here. That's fine. I might have ignored, what, 3 checks or something? It's like 30 XP. Let them destroy this unholy site. Send out the technicians to strip the vessel of anything valuable and make sure they keep quiet about what they... What happens if we send a boarding party? Do we get more loot? Dogma points, 5. I'd love to see that. It will be done, Lord Captain. A boarding party will immediately be dispatched to the provided coordinates. They will be equipped with cutters so they can penetrate the ship's hull and get the reactor and initiate a cascading overload that will destroy the vessel. The losses incurred by the operation should be negligible. What does that mean? So we don't get anything, just the dogma points? Okay. Yeah, we can't come back here. That's alright. It's alright. Okay. Let's try out a new path. Can we go up here from there? No. But we can get straight to business. Lord Captain, we have received an astropathic message from Dargonis. Achilles Scalander reports a Xenos raid against a merchant ship in the silence of Mer Sigrid. The coordinates of a hypothetical contact have been forwarded to the crew. If you wish to support your subjects and fight back against the Xenos personally, we must hurry. It is unlikely that a merchant ship will be able to resist the enemies of humanity for long. Okay. Where are they? I don't know what the solar system is talking about. Is it a new spot? Is it this one? What the fuck? What's it called? Dukari must not be allowed to... Okay. Xenos are already preparing to strike the road. Trader, act immediately. I want to, just tell me where. Is there like a pixel bug here? Think everyone see this? Yeah. I don't know. He did mention the place, right? Silence of Mer Sigrid? Is that a place I've been to before? The names of these places, it's very hard to memorize them. Oh, it's right here. That kind of sucks. Okay, let's visit this solar system. I think if I do that, it doesn't really register the bypassing time in the game, so I still have time to see what we got here. And if not, I just quick saved. We can come back and undo that. Bunch of empty planets. I really hope over time they can add more stuff like provisions. It's kind of a shame that there's a lot of empty planets in the game. You have these scenarios every now and then, but the giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from orbit. Okay, examine the rings. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to terrain ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or a nefarious xenostructure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that. Okay, dude. Cool. The ogres have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Okay. Let's look for the source. The ogre crew reports that it has registered no evidence of a disaster that could have produced such debris. This is surely bugged. Lord Captain, the ogres cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it's an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is an air in some of these chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Send out the order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part in the exploratory expedition. Oh God. Here we go. We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live, and die in the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain. Let's have a tale indeed. By the will of the Emperor and the Guardian and Commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn, like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexcusable force of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead. Its machine spheres dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided to train the penetrating gaze of the ogre arrays on the damaged ship. The ogre's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged and was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in their mysterious and ancient language, the tech priests responsible for the ogres reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. The Lord Captain's next step was to turn his attention to the scout units awaiting instructions. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before our rogue trader in that moment. The Tactorun and grave young Husan, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Okay. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina. Matina? In my language that means fat. The senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on the deck was in doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of a Vox link. Grey Matina and her people, whose target was the service bay. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to lead them or something? I'm gonna lead Grey Matina's team. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on our tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and disappeared, each heading for its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fuzzy boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom: Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Vox Master, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kiavogama port. Grey Matina said a prayer appropriate to the station, then she looked expectantly at the Lord Captain, awaiting for orders. Knowing the typical layout of the service bays, the Lord Captain directed the scouts to where the valuable components would be found. After examining the service bay and consulting the ogres, the Lord Captain suggested where the ship's undamaged components could be. Okay, so 100%, we're going with this one. From here on, we will relate the... Okay. The Lord Captain's assessment proved to be correct. After a thorough search, as all searches conducted by Grey Matina were... Alright. The scouts found undamaged components and marked them for later dismantling. So it's just a bunch of supplies. Sound crackled for the Vox speakers and the light on the casting switched on, signaling a message coming in on the first unit's frequency. Commander Young Ho San calmly reported that his unit was making satisfactory progress toward the ship's bridge. This was followed by a message from the second unit, which was on the crew deck. The Vox speakers crackled, preparing to connect with the unit's commander, Captain Vesti. The words that came through sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but accidentally pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait. Is it moving? The pale-faced Captain Matina barked out a stream of orders, telling the unit to close ranks around the rogue trader and prepare for trouble. But then the yelling from the Vox turned to laughter. "Ha ha, I got you, old girl," boomed a voice from the speaker. It belonged to Captain Vesti, the commander of the unit exploring the middle deck. Oh, he's a jester. "Don't panic, we're all good here. Not a thing to report. I hope where you are is just as uneventful." White with anger, Matina turned to the rogue trader. "Captain Vesti has a unique sense of humor. I strongly suggest that your lordship take him in hand." The Lord Captain reprimanded Captain Vesti for his flippancy and demanded a report on his unit's progress. The Lord Captain diffused the conflict brewing between the two commanders and requested a report from Captain Vesti on his unit's progress. Yeah, let's stay calm and level-headed. Might go with this one. The Lord Captain took drastic action to solve the problem, stripping Vesti of command. Come on. Every army needs a jester, right? Captain Vesti reported that his unit foray had so far proceeded without incident. Mystical or otherwise, they had found no survivors from the ship's wreck, crew, or bodies, for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. After consulting his officers, the Lord Captain issued new orders for Vesti's unit. Let's hope we pass it. Vesti's unit headed off to carry out their orders, while the rogue trader and his team continued on. Fortune smiled on the unit this time. Grey Matina, having trusted her instincts and experience, chose to return to the shuttle via an alternate route. In one of the dark branching passageways, the team discovered a modest but untouched trove of cargo from Kiavagama. More supplies? Oh, hold up. Awareness, skills, dodge, okay. The voice of young Husan reached the Lord Captain ears once again. The first unit captain soberly reported that his people were proceeding to the bridge. The ensuing deathly silence alerted the Lord Captain that something was wrong. Following the gazes of his team, he saw that the unit dispatcher, who was carrying the large Vox caster with the antenna and transmitter, was lagging far behind the rest of the group, and the transmission indicator was dark. There were no incoming messages. Even if there had been, Son's voice couldn't have sounded so close, as if the dispatcher or Son himself were standing next to the rogue trader. "Son here, Unit 1 proceeding to the bridge," said the voice. Now it seemed to be coming from all sides, drawing in from the left and the right. from under the deck and even from somewhere among the mess of cables overhead. The Lord Captain summoned all his willpower to resist the illusion. The Lord Captain tried to build a dam against the fear, drawing upon logic and his knowledge of the monstrous apparitions of chaos. Minus 15, 85, we need 70. So it's better to do this. The Lord Captain managed not only to maintain his self-control, but also keep the terrified unit from veering into outright panic. Led by the rogue trader, the scouts hurriedly retreated to the shuttle, pursued by their comrade's disembodied voice, which continued to repeat the same brief message. After returning to the shuttle, Magnus received reports about Fireborn status. The tech priest who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the ogre's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible. Fearing imminent destruction, there were also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Ogres in the Vox system proved equally useless. The first unit, which had been exploring the bridge, had vanished without a trace. Oh shit. Almost as if the dead ship had swallowed them whole. The scouts and their commander, Young Ho Son, had simply disappeared, joining the thousands of crew members lost aboard the Fireborn. Man. Well, we lost one unit and came out with two. I'd say not a bad trade. We just got a shit ton of supplies. The units assembled at the ship shuttles and the Lord Captain gave the final order of this grim expedition. Hold a service for the fallen scouts. Recite a memorial prayer to the Amnesia in honor of the ship, a fallen wonder of engineering. Fire upon the cursed ship from the long-range weapons batteries. Well, we should at least salute the fallen scouts. Led by Sister Argenta, the scouts built the funeral pyres, old metals, barrels, and small shipping containers served as simple braziers in the wavering but warm light illuminating their faces. The scouts listened as their sister sang a prayer for the departed. Little by little, the listeners, terrified, weary gazes brightened as they heard the sister's words. Understanding dawned on the survivors. Death dogged the footsteps of everyone, but there is a destiny higher than death. They should always remember that. That is the reason to keep going. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship with one last look at the Fireborn, the rogue trader. Turned away and cast that grim carcass forever from his mind. Gave the order to fire upon the dead vessel at range, for that which was born in fire should also perish in fire. I like the sound of that. Okay. And we are done.